Hey, this is Commander Bacon here with His Way Homestead, and I've got a special guest today. Stay tuned. All right, so we got Philip VanLandingham here from Stay Tuff. He is our state sales rep.
Yes.
And he's here to help me understand more about this Stay Tuff fence and about some little tips and tricks on how to install it better, because God knows I need that.
So you're doing a great job.
So far we got this little piece up, but I was having a lot of trouble tying these knots, especially up around the horizontal brace. And after I got this one done and we stretched it and started tying down there, my hands felt like they got run over by a Mack truck. So I couldn't hardly use my hands last night. So Philip showed me this little guy.
That is a max tensioner.
This is incredible. This will save my hands. So,
and time too.
Yeah, so let's go over here to the fence. So instead of all this knot tying, and this one's loose.
And you did a great job tying the knots too.
Well, some of these are good.
No, you did great.
This one looks horrible.
You did great.
Okay. So instead of doing all this, because it's really hard to get this wire up through there and back around and then around it, all you do is put it on there like that. I got it backwards.
No, you're right. You're absolutely
That's the right way?
Yes.
The arrow's pointing that way.
That's the way the wire feeds through, this tail right here.
So it goes through this way?
Yes, it goes through that way.
Okay. So all you do is put it on your wire this way. Of course, it'd be over here. So instead of all this knot and everything, you just shove that through there and it grabs it like a zip tie.
Exactly.
So once you get it through, you could actually grab it
and snug it up
with something like vice grips or something.
Exactly.
Really snug it up good. And we could have done, this took me a couple hours.
And that would take,
and this would have took like 10 minutes.
Max.
Yeah.
To do all of them.
It would have took longer to cut the wire to the right length and everything.
Exactly.
So this is the field fence with the S knot.
Yes, this is called stiff stay.
Stiff stay. This is recommended for sheep and goats.
Sheep and goats,
it's
horses.
Semi-predator proof.
Yes.
So we're hoping to keep coyotes out, keep our future sheep safe. And we followed all the instructions from Stay Tuff's website. They've got an excellent PDF file out there on how to install your fence, how to set these wooden posts, how often you have to put the T-post in. So what am I missing? What did we talk about earlier?
We just talked about, about the fence being on the side of the animal pressure.
Yeah.
We also talked about maybe lifting the wire off the bottom. Just
Yeah.
a little bit to help clean it.
Yeah. So
we talked about
this one's kind of tight.
Right.
It would have been better a little higher up.
You can actually take a third piece of wire here and create a tighten this up and take away this leg trap. If you were to have horses or something that may have the capability of sticking their foot in there.
Yeah, and that would only be at the lower part, right? They're only going to paw down there and
yes,
get
you
caught
can do
up.
it. But by putting it on both ends, it actually makes it tight.
Even tighter, yeah. Yeah.
Using this inline strainer like this, it gives you the capability, if it were to become loose, you can just go back and hit it one or two notches.
That's what I liked about that. Instead of tightening up and crimping it,
right.
I've got the ability to, if things loosen up over time, I can still adjust it and get tighter. Right. So
this horse wire here, the Stay Tuff, Stay Stiff wire, has a 20-year warranty on it.
20-year warranty. That's incredible.
And we also have what we call a ZA wire. It's a ZA black coated wire that has a lifetime warranty on it.
Wow. So of course, I hope the new owners appreciate this. And after 20 years, I'm not sure if we're going to be here 20 years, but I hope somebody appreciates and doesn't just tear all this up.
Nobody would ever appreciate the labor that's gone into this fence.
The love that's gone into this.
Yeah, this is actually episode 10, part 10 of this building a fence, and we've gone through it every step of the way so far.
I don't think Mr. Doug's going to give up his daytime job.
No, I thought about that. If I had a post driver and these things, yeah, I could probably do it.
I told him yesterday, whoever puts fences in for a living, they're not making enough money.
Yeah.
Whatever they're making, it's not enough.
They have the equipment to to do it quickly and do it
Yeah.
efficiently.
They weren't doing it the way we did it.
Their bread and butter is these big, huge fields.
It is.
This they probably wouldn't even want to fool with this.
And they're looking for the next job, so
Exactly.
they're going to do a good job, and they're going to do it quickly and move on to the next one.
Yeah.
So the faster they can get done with that job and move on to the next one, the more money they make. It's pretty much like the housing business.
But the problem with fence contractors is a lot of them are 3, 4, 5 months out.
Wow.
Doing a job. You know, you just can't call him up and ask him to come next week.
Yeah.
Do it.
I couldn't even find anybody around here to as I couldn't find any contractors that this type of fence. There was plenty of them that did welded wire,
Right.
and they were like, "Oh yeah, I know how to do that." It's like, well, this is different.
Yeah.
This is completely different.
Much better than welded wire.
Yeah, and they were like, "Well, I can learn. That's what I don't want to. I don't want to pay for your education.
I understand.
Yeah, I want to make sure it's done right."
We're paying for our own education.
Learning curve.
Definitely.
So what you were telling me earlier, I've got a little hump over there on that other side.
Right.
So when I get to that and I tighten the fence up, I'm going to want to lift up on the fence and drive my staples in.
About
On the
3/4 of
post.
the way.
Yeah, so that it can still move
Right.
and still flex. And then when there's a dip, I'm going to be pushing down on that and putting it the bottom of the fence where it needs to be.
Yes.
So I'm going to staple the top and the bottom and then fill in the rest as I go.
Yes.
Once everything's in the correct position.
Yes.
Okay. Cool. Anything else you want us to talk about your Stay Tuff fence?
No, sir.
Is
I
this-
just appreciate you thinking about Stay Tuff doing this little project, and again, we appreciate it.
Looked around a lot of different fences. I wasn't happy with a lot of them. Not going to say the other names because
No, that's fine.
we don't need to, but I really wanted the fixed knot fence, but for what I'm doing, I think that was a little much.
Yes.
If we had cattle and had 40 acres, the fixed knot would have been a better application for us. But since we're doing sheep and goats, this is perfect for us.
Yes.
So it's not a big project. It's a little under 1,000 feet, but it's plenty big for us to do it by ourselves.
I understand.
Well, I really appreciate you coming out here.
Anytime. Thank you, sir.
Philip has been super helpful on the phone. He came out here today, really unexpected. It was his phone call, and it was a great timing. It couldn't have been better timing.
No,
because I
anytime.
was about at my wit's end with tying those knots. I was like, I just can't handle tying those knots like that. So, like I said, I've had nothing but good experience with Stay Tuff, and if I ever have other fence needs, Stay Tuff will be the brand I go with.
Thank
for
you.
sure. So, all right. So this is a dangerous thing here.
Yes.
This chain stretcher, if you're not careful, it can really hurt you. And one of the big key things is make sure that this chain is straight and it doesn't turn on you to when these jaws don't engage it properly. Because if that cuts loose, it's going to hit you, and it's going to hit you hard.
Exactly.
So you want to be as close to this
Yes.
as possible so that it doesn't get a lot of velocity built up to you and really hurt you. Or it could even fly out and hit you in the face.
Yes.
Could possibly kill you if it
Yes.
hits you wrong.
We've had salespeople get hit in the head and have concussions,
Yeah.
you
no
know,
doubt.
and bust their lips and things
Yeah.
because it's wet, maybe in the early mornings.
Yeah.
So you just want to make sure that you have it under control, and by bringing it to your chest, gives you that control that you need.
Yeah. So you get it tight.
Yes.
Tight up to you. So to tighten this, I would push it this way right now. So
Yes.
I'd want to be right up here
Yes.
and do it and have control over it. Now, like this one's the other way, so I'd want to get as low to that and push it and tight up against this side of it and push it that way to get it tight. So, but with this short a stretch, this is only like 193 feet, maybe less than that. So the fence would only stretch like 2 feet or so. So we really needed to get the stretcher bar closer to our fence post that we're pulling on. And that'll give us more control.
Yes.
Because we got a little bit of a buckle here, but this will straighten up once we let the tension off. And probably what I'm going to do is cut all those knots that I tied off of it, which is really painful for me because a lot of them are pretty good. But I want to use these everywhere. I want to be consistent with it, and I think this will do a better job, and I can have more even tension across the whole fence. So this is a game changer.
Yes.
I wish I'd have had this yesterday. So this is pretty tight.
It is.
And really, for me to push this would be hard to even go one more link, I think.
One more notch, yeah.
Yeah, but
You're right.
because not only, so it would come clear up to here.
It should grab right about
Yeah,
here or
that
here.
one. So that's a lot to get up to there. And I'm not willing to push it. Now, one thing I do need to know is how do you release the pressure on this thing?
Actually, what you do, just reverse. You go on this side of it, you'll push it this way, and when you do, it should release here, and you'll
Okay.
just walk it down the links,
Okay.
the chain.
I got you. So it'll push this out enough that it'll release that link,
mhm,
and then you ease it into
to the next
link.
one. Mhm.
Okay, I got
Yeah.
you. That's good to know. Really good to know.
Yeah, and the stretcher bar like this, the wedges in it are capable of grabbing every strand of wire. So if the ground is unlevel, you need to take it a little bit tighter at the top or a little bit tighter at the bottom. It gives you that capability.
Okay. Now this one, because of this fence spacing,
Yes,
this one didn't fit in there. So we're kind of stuck with that.
that's all right.
But it still maintains tension on it. We'll just have to straighten it up once we get it all undone. So yeah, so I think the plan for us is use these everywhere, and I think that'll help us out tremendously. We'll be able to get it done pretty quick. But how much force can you put on this? I mean, because I can lean up against this pretty good. Instead of just hanging on that.
Well, with the Stay Tuff wire, we recommend the line posts to be 25 feet apart because we want the wire to be able to give when pressure hits it, either from a fallen tree or limb. Once you remove that pressure, the fence will come back into place.
Yeah. And these are line posts.
Yes, these are line posts.
But the big wooden post, what do you call that? That's got a different name, doesn't it?
Well, no, they're just line
That's
posts.
a line post?
Yeah.
Okay. So these, I think these are less than 15 foot apart.
Yeah.
Everything that I did, I tried to get right
Sure.
around 15, and then we're good. So between every post, I've got 3 T-posts.
Sure.
And I just did it like that.
Oh,
And I
that's
tried
fine.
to keep them at about an even space apart too. So this was pretty much a flat run. There wasn't really a whole lot of trouble with it, but we do have a hump and a dip on that one down there, and it's got a hump and a dip in the rear one, and this one here's got a nice slight slope that goes clear up to the end. So it'll be more challenging than those other ones, but like Philip said, all you're gonna do is get this where you need it to be, so you'll lift up on it, maybe put a block of wood or something on it, and then attach it where it needs to be,
Right.
and then you'll do that the whole way down. You'll start with your wooden post, get it where you need it to be, put a staple in about 3/4 of the way, and get the top and bottom, and then go down to the next one, do the top and bottom until you can go back and fill in all the rest of the staples. So I think they recommend for the T-post the ties on the top and bottom, and then you alternate between
Yes.
posts. So you'd be like this one, this one, this one, but on the other T-post you have to top this one, this one, this one.
Yes. I would
And-
always put one at the top and the bottom.
Right. So let me. They're working out of the truck. So here's the T-post clip. So that'll just come around here like this. Yeah.
That's right.
There, like
There you
that. And you get in and, well, actually you'd have it
No, you're right.
up here, right?
Yes, on the top one.
Yeah.
But you have it captured. You're
Yeah.
fine.
So you do that, and then they have this special tool that just comes in, and you'll have to get it close like that.
Yep.
See it? You
That's
drive-
right. There you go.
And you put it on your drill, spins it up, tightens it up, you're done.
And it won't come off unless you cut it off.
I believe that.
And we make them for T-post and round posts up to 4.5 inches round.
Yeah, I saw that. And you even have different sizes for different size T-posts too.
Yes.
So this is the universal
Yes.
clip. So pretty cool little tools that make life a lot easier. It's much better than the old style where you have the U shape and one hooks and then you got to tighten the one around. This is fast, especially when you're doing 8, 9 clips on each T-post. So it'll be a lot faster for us. Really want to thank Philip with Stay Tuff Fence for coming out here and giving us some pointers. He had to rush off to Arkansas. I'm assuming with work, probably. He didn't have to do what he did. He didn't have to stop by. He definitely went above and beyond. And you know, we had less than 1,000 feet of fencing. We're not a big customer by no means. And I really appreciate him taking the time to stop by, give me some little pointers, some little tips and tricks, and basically to encourage me, because at that point I was pretty discouraged about what was going on with the fencing. Tying the knots was just not a fun thing to do at all. So couldn't have got it done without him coming over helping, because I would have avoided it like the plague. So thanks again, Philip. Really appreciate it. And it was a great day. So we got a lot of things done. Really appreciate Stay Tuff. They've got great instructions and some videos on YouTube. Their PDF file is really good and very helpful. Special thanks to Philip. You know, Stay Tuff is not a sponsor. Kind of, you know, maybe we could work something out. I don't plan on putting on any more fences. But anyway, it was really good to see him. Really good to have him come out, and look forward to, if we do any more fencing, look forward to doing business with Stay Tuff again. So, saying all that, don't forget, his way is the best way. We'll see you next time. God bless.